Hey, what's up? It's Somaya Reece, and I just finished my interview with Hollywood Unlocked Uncensored, so you get the real tea. We talked about a variety of things, from me making Forbes to my relationship, or the end of my relationship, engagement, I should say, online beefs, my company, the Get Some Detox tea, if I'm dating, if I'm single. So you have to tune in and watch to find out.
What up, everybody? This is Jason Lee, and this is Hollywood Unlocked Uncensored.
And I'm Jocelyn, the managing editor of Hollywood Unlocked.
And I'm DJ Damage, back in the building.
So before we get started, make sure you're subscribing and sharing on all platforms, Google Play, Spotify, iTunes, and YouTube, because that is where you find us. And this show is going to continue to grow into the new year. This is the last show of 2000 and what year is this?
18.
Damn.
The year went by fast.
Flew.
Well, I was born in 1977, so technically, somebody referred to me as an antique.
Yes,
Yeah. That was during a game.
That was so funny.
But how old is Joe Exclusive?
Like 92.
Calling somebody antique. Shout to Joe Exclusive.
Child, antique. It was so
Antique.
funny.
Old ass bitch. But anyway, this is the last show before the year, finishing strong here and excited at the new year. And we do have another co-host joining the show that we'll announce later on. So, yeah. What are you doing? What are you looking forward to in 2019?
2019, I'm looking forward to getting these taxes together, man, because they whooped my ass in 2018. I want this year just to be over. I'm looking forward to doing more cool stuff with my son. I'm doing vlogs with my son, so I'm really looking forward to that. And, this show, I'm looking to see who this new co-host is going to be in 2019. Who are we going to be sitting with?
Well, because you were there at the chemistry test, but whatever.
I love the chemistry test. I love the title of it.
So what about you, Droslin? What are you looking forward to? What are your 2019 goals?
I'm telling you, I'm manifesting this boss bitchness that I'm stepping into. Just coming here and taking on the role as managing editor, going from an intern, that was such a journey for me. But that was,
Was that all in 1 year?
Yeah, this past October made 1 year, me being in LA and coming out here, and it was a lot that I had to adjust to moving to LA. Now that I'm adjusted and kind of got a feel for this industry, it's on.
Well, listen, tomorrow I'm actually starting my vision board. I've never done a vision board.
You gonna have a vision board party?
I don't like people. So the idea of having a party involves people. And I might have a few people. If you want to do it, let's come over and do it. I'm going to go today and buy tons of magazines. But I'm going to actually build it and frame it and put it in my near my laundromat, whatever. So I'm excited. So I have a list of things I'm doing in 2019.
That's good.
Here we go. It's the list.
Oh, you got to write it down.
He got it ready.
Checking it twice. All right. Besides the vision board, what will be on the vision board? One, I forgot one. I'm writing it right now. I just started today the process of writing my first book.
Okay.
So it's slated to be done August of 2019. It's a 9-month process. I already have the ideal story of the book, title of the book, and it's really going to be a just kind of trials to triumph and telling my story, because I feel like there's a lot of perception of me out there, which is never going to change because I'm going to always be a messy bitch. But I think there's a lot of what I've been through that will hopefully help people. So I'm writing that. Yeah. I'm starting my own personal YouTube channel.
Let's go.
And I'm going to start vlogging and doing a lot of different things. 2 shows that we're going to start with on my personal page is Get Fit or Die Trying, which is going to be a hilarious journey of me getting fit or dying trying to. And another show called Problematic, because there's so many things out there in the world that are problematic, and I'm going to talk about them in a rant style show. So I'm excited about those 2 things. And I might be returning to television. So having conversations.
Look at you.
Yeah, having conversations about that.
It's all coming together.
I'm excited. This has been a trying year. We finished out strong financially. We finished out strong wisdom-wise. But this has been a trying year in many ways. But we're still here.
Speak for yourself. Talking about finishing out strong financially. Speak for yourself.
Well, no, I'm speaking for myself.
Claim it. Just claim it then.
No,
Damage.
It's been
next year.
It's been one of those things where I haven't really measured my success based on money, but money this year I can measure my happiness this year based on money, because when I make money, I feel really good.
Say that again.
I do. When I make a lot of money, I feel really good. But what I've learned is when I make all that money, I spend it all, it goes right back
into the business.
Yeah.
you make a bunch of money and then you get sued. Then you get through the lawsuit, then your Instagram goes down. So I mean, there's always been something. But one thing I've learned for sure is that we fought through it and we're still here. So
would you say it's true? More money, more problems?
Oh, absolutely. More money, more problems. More exposure, more problems. Yeah, I mean, I know somebody right now that just got sued by somebody who just wanted to sue them, and they spent $15,000 to fight that lawsuit, and it was thrown out yesterday. Yeah,
you can't countersue for that though if you sue them for no reason. How do
you sue somebody that don't have money?
Right.
Now you're gonna pay to sue them and not get anything. You'll get a judgment, but if they have no money, you're not gonna get anything. So 2019, my vision board is gonna definitely include happiness, more peace and privacy.
Talk about it.
And more television.
Hey,
listen, when I came out here, because it was my first holiday out here, and there was all these vision board parties. I made a damn vision board.
And you left it at the party?
No, I brought it, but I didn't you know how many wedding rings I put on that damn vision board? There was rings, Oprah, rings, money, yoga, meditation,
rings,
entrepreneur, rings, and no ring. But I'm going to try it again for 2019.
Well, you had all those rings and Cardi came up with the song Ring.
So look at you.
Maybe you're what's inspired this.
You did it.
Well, that was about ringing the phone, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, but maybe.
The other thing I'm excited about too is opening another office.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we need a place where we can film, create 24/7, and so that's on the horizon.
Yeah, I do miss the office. I liked the location. I liked Hollywood Boulevard. It was convenient for me since I live downtown. Train.
I miss Alyssa's commercial on the patio where she was out there, wind blowing in her hair, palm trees in the background. Little did they know where we were at.
And I definitely miss the perks of WeWork.
Yeah,
because
sure.
the free food, the free everything, it's dope.
But I hated being the office everybody came and took a tour by. Like they would walk, we felt like dogs in a puppy store. Every time we were sitting there, they would walk by and be pointing at us.
Yeah.
And we had to sit there, but we're looking at a private location, and I'm excited about that. So, speaking of problematic, is there anything problematic going on in the news right now?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. Everybody, of course, is talking about the Queen. She debuted her new
Beyonce.
What are you talking about?
Nicki Minaj. She was celebrating her birthday this weekend, and she showed off her new boyfriend, 40-year-old dude, a convicted sex offender, and that's a controversial thing for her.
Yeah.
Well, this is my opinion. That's it.
All right,
what else can you say? If your brother's in jail for fucking kids, you're on a song with a guy who's in jail now who was fucking kids or involved in a scene or something with a kid, and now you're dating somebody who's alleged to have put a knife by somebody's throat for some pussy.
Yeah. Well, let's be fair. His side of the story is when he was 16 years old, she was 15. The parent of the girl didn't want them dating. So, of course, you said, consent under the age of 18. Right. You got to have it by the parents. And what happened was he is saying that the mom pressed charges and said it was rape. The relationship was raped. So that is his side of the story.
And they have known each other for years. She first fell in love with him when she herself was 16.
So during the same time.
Yeah. So because she just turned 36 and he's 40. So there's only a 4-year difference, and they're both from Queens.
So she was younger than him.
Just about 4 years. Yeah.
Okay.
So she was 16. So he was 20.
Look, I ain't got nothing to say about him and his little allegations. I don't know about that, but
well, he is a convicted murderer. He went to prison for 7 years for fatally shooting someone in 2003.
Oh, he with the shits.
Yeah. And then just last month, he got arrested for driving without a license in an unlicensed vehicle. So he's no stranger to handcuffs.
I know you didn't bring up him driving. That's nothing.
I know.
That's nothing.
I'm about to get
what
my
I will
license.
say is this. I feel like for me, her seeing Nicki put this relationship out there like this just feels so forced. Like, if you're really happy, just be happy.
Just be happy.
Just be fucking happy. You don't have to. I know you want people talking about you, but
I have one question. Is he on the registered sex offender
Yes,
list?
he's a registered sex offender. Yeah.
That's a her piece.
Well,
I think some people, they're also wondering, it's like, because she's getting of age now, and it's like some of the things she's doing with her relationship on Instagram are things that high schoolers do. Like, just even today, they posted videos dubbing on their man.
Yeah, like, I feel like,
it was like girl,
Nicki,
you 40.
If you happy, be happy. Like, I don't know.
Okay, can we put a nail in this?
But I'm happy for her.
My question is, do you think, if you're 40 and you're happy, do you think that's okay?
But I'm happy for her.
My question is, do you think that's okay?
But I'm happy for her.
But I'm happy for her. Love is love.
Love is
right?
love.
Love is blind. Maybe it's so blind that you don't see the sex offender registry list. I don't know. But let me ask, is there any love that would make you compromise all of your business, brand, sanity? Like you little girls look up to you. Yeah. Regardless of the age, little girls look up to you. She's a role model for whatever reason. Shouldn't it matter that he has this past?
I mean, if you're talking about the murder situation, yeah, maybe it should matter. I mean, depending on how, but I think the way she carries her brand and she's in hip hop, I think people take a side eye to that. As far as him being on the sex registry, I mean, just me coming from Philly, I know there's so many people growing up that been that have felonies or things, the situations they've been put in that they didn't earn.
Yeah.
And if I'm going off his story and he's saying that's what happened, I could see Nicki turning the side eye to that part of it.
Right. I mean,
if that's the truth, if his story is the truth,
listen,
I don't know what the truth is.
She posted the picture the same day the Grammy nominations came out, which she came out with an album this year called Queen, and she was nominated for 0 Grammys. I was more concerned about that. I don't care about her personal life.
I'm not into defending Nicki Minaj. That's not my job. In fact, she gave me Cocksucker of the Year award. I'm going for Cocksucker of the Century at this point. Maybe when she dropped the album, it didn't qualify for this year, and it could qualify for next year. I don't know that detail, because sometimes that does matter. If you don't drop it in a certain time and you don't, because there's also...
I thought it was by November.
I don't know. We'll check those facts, and then we will let you know whenever she's nominated next year. But I don't know. This year, maybe, I don't know if she met the deadline or not, but it is sad to see that she's been nominated for 10 Grammys over her career. And she hasn't won any.
Yeah.
Damn.
But, I was just, the album Queen, it's called Queen. So you would hope to
Well, she looks happy right now. So way to go, Nicki. You look happy.
Love is love.
Kelvin just checked it out, and she did miss the deadline. So there's a deadline. It could be a
deadline. What's the Grammy deadline?
Oh, she met the deadline?
She met the deadline.
What's the deadline? Yeah, it's October 1st.
Wait, so she was eligible? Look, I tried. Fucking Barbs. Y'all see, I tried to throw your queen a life preserver. Well, Nicki, there's always next year, but Cardi will still be here. Okay, well, look, the one and only Somaya Reece is in the building.
What's up?
So we last ran into...
Thank you for having me, everybody, by the way, and congratulations on another successful year.
Of course,
thank you. And you, because I've known you for a long time, and I'm really happy to see your success.
Well, thank you. No, we have known each other for several years, even before all of the TV stuff and whatever. But so how are you?
I'm doing really well. As you know, we've been living back and forth in the East Coast for a while. I miss it, but I don't miss the winters.
Wait, so are you back in New York?
I'm actually back in California. Hey. I never got rid of my place out here. I have a condominium out here and a couple properties, but I just kind of was going back and forth for the last 8 years. So, but this time I'm back.
So the last time I saw you was at Cardi B's party. What do you think? Yeah. So like Spanish women are out here really killing. I mean, everybody.
We've been killing it, man.
No,
we just weren't really. I feel like everybody has their moment and their time, but if since you've known me since MySpace, I've been doing Spanglish music forever, but nobody wanted to recognize me.
But do you think now, because Cardi's bridging the gap between mainstream music and Spanish music?
I'm so happy about it. Yeah, and it's a big thing, and also because she's speaking to a variety of from the youth to people that are Latin world to older people. My mom knows who Cardi B is. My mom don't even know anything.
Right. Well, listen, I had FaceTimed her the other day with Evan Ross, and now Diana Ross is in the mix. She knows Cardi B. So
and that's great. We're happy about that.
Okay, so check this out. I go to the gym every day. It's part of my daily routine. It helps me out mentally, but I have a lot of friends that are trying to lose some weight, and they always come to me advice, and I finally have something to help them out, and it's called Noom. And Noom is not like a weight loss program. It's like you lose the weight for good program. I love Noom. Everybody doesn't have the money to have their own specialist or their team or a doctor or somebody in there pushing them every day, but you don't need that with Noom. You get a live goal specialist and access to a group of other fellow Noom members. So you got a support group within yourself right there. You got a community of people that have the same goal to help push you forward.
We all need support.
One of the best features they have is a 30-second online evaluation that shows you how much weight you can actually lose. So if you're really trying to figure it out, if you want to see the results ahead of time, they got you on Noom. So what do you have to lose? Sign up today for your trial and get started at noom.com/unlock. Start your trial today. That's NOOM.com/unlock. Start losing weight for good. I'm not playing. That's noom.com/unlock to start your trial and start seeing life-changing results today.
Okay, so you the whole MySpace era and after that, you just blew up and went over to Love and Hip Hop. Do you miss that show?
I think that I'm really grateful. Well, I don't think. I am very grateful for the platform. I don't know what it is now. It just seems like, it's like, hi, how are you? What's up? We don't fight. I'm not used to that. Like, we had some really...
But you were around Love and Hip Hop when it was like really, like,
the first
the
season.
beefs were really
the
real.
first, yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. The first seasons, which, I mean, I'm part of birthing the brand in the original, you know, OGs. We had intertwined storylines. So I'm really confused now. Like, I don't watch it as often, but I know so many people on the show, especially in Cali. You know, we know pretty much almost everyone in the cast. I don't really know what's going on. I get confused just as much as the viewer does. So, you know, whenever I watch it, so I don't know what's going on. Like I said, you know, it'd be like, oh yeah, you know, meet so and so. Oh well, bitch, I heard that. Like, really, I don't know you.
And I think that is the scary part with the show. That, like, you know when you go in a room, naturally a conversation could turn up into a beef. But when you walk in and somebody's already premeditated because they haven't got enough episodes, you know, it's a different
we
situation.
already know about the thirst. You parched.
So I've been reading up on you, and honestly, having known you for so long, I didn't really know about your life growing up, and it was difficult.
Very.
So have you been private about it, or have I just not known about it?
Well, I feel that I probably don't. I speak more about it now. But I've never, when I was in South Central, still living there is when I was on MySpace and Tom discovered me. You remember that. And I was riding the bus, going to auditions, booking gigs, you know. And I talked about it, but I'm not really sure. I mean, you look at me and you're like, she's not from the hood, like, you know, and it's like, yeah, no, I'm from the hood, you know. And I speak more so about it now because I feel that there's a social responsibility with having platforms. And I just feel that I want to be the person that helps others by sharing my story. And I have been speaking about it for a while, but maybe not so much in depth because there's a lot of traumas behind it too. I came from being in gangs. I got myself out of it. I went to jail. I was shot and stabbed. And it's just, there's traumas behind it.
So growing up, I read in the notes, you grew up in a garage. You lived in a garage.
Yeah.
So was that...
I didn't realize I wasn't a house. Until now, I'm like, damn.
Was that
like
because
that.
Was that because
like
there
that.
Yeah, when you don't come from nothing and you don't, I mean, we were maids growing up. So we used to clean houses in Beverly Hills. So obviously we knew what a guest house and garage was. And I just thought the garage was a guest house, but it was a garage. You know, dirt, and, you know, my father carpeted it and didn't match, but, you know, we made it our home. So I didn't know that I was living in poverty until now when you get out of it.
Did it not feel like a garage because there was a lot of love there? So it felt like a home.
It felt like a home. There was love and a lot of turmoil at the same time. My father was an alcoholic, and sometimes when he would have his binges, he would beat my mother in front of all of us. And it wasn't all the time, but as confusing as this sounds, my father would always tell me how much he loved me and how much he loved my mother, and that I need to, if I'm with a man, that he needs to be better than him, but that he loves me. So I kind of had this conflict of how I felt, but there was so much love because my father was still a great provider, and he was out doing his thing. I mean, he's a very handsome man. I mean, like all them ladies in the neighborhood liked him, and you know, as a man, some men, they just, you know, alcohol is a demon.
Yeah.
Alcohol is a demon.
So your father was an alcoholic.
Yeah.
So how did that shape you growing up, or what was some of the highs and some of the lows of that experience?
Well, I grew up with my father and my brother teaching me kind of the ropes of the world. And at the same time, the streets raised me because I ran away when I was 11 and I never came back.
Ever?
No.
What
I
made
mean,
you-
I was only forced to go back when the cops would
because of
pick
the law.
me up.
Yeah.
And then they would make me go. And I was like, I don't want to be here.
What made you run away?
But when I write my book, it's going to take a couple of books to even like get to it because I've been living my life since I was 11. And that's kind of, I look at 11-year-olds and I'm like, I don't know how I survived, but I did it. And then maybe that's why who I am today. But getting back to your question, it was really, it shaped who I am because even though there was a lot of love, all we learned was to work. Like I think my first job, I was 4 or 3 and I would clean the brass in these houses of these white people, you know, and I didn't really know they were white. I just thought they were light because my mom is a natural blonde, so I didn't really know the difference. But then my grandma's dark with curly hair. Like
This is a crazy thing. I was at dinner in New York, and this lady and her kids were sitting across from me, and they were speaking Spanish.
but they looked different.
I'm like,
White.
she's from Brazil, but they were from Mexico.
yeah.
Yeah.
And my mom, she's from El Salvador. So
Yeah.
it can be tricky. That's a entirely different conversation. But so all we knew was work, and my brother and my dad taught me how to fight physically, literally. Like, you know, if anybody tries to touch you or tries to do this, like this is where you gonna hit them, and punch me in the face and keep punching me till it hurts. Like, I mean, I know it sounds really weird, but people from where we come from know these things to be kind of a normal
To
thing.
survive. So,
Yeah.
so,
So I learned nothing but survival. That's all I've ever known. That's all I know now.
so when you ran away, do you feel like that teaching or that upbringing helped you prepare for the streets? Because the streets is rough, especially in South
Yeah.
Central. And this was South Central, not South LA, because now there's like the politically correct South
Right.
LA.
And you're 11.
Right. So when I was, you know, the gang life is there, you know, and it didn't help that there were things in my home that were part of that life. And so he kept calling me, you know, and I was a good kid, trying to stay a good kid, you know. When I was 7 years old, I started to get a little bit in trouble because my teacher kept saying that I wasn't listening and that, you know, that I was dumb. But in reality, what happened is that I took a lot of tests and I was actually a genius. So I've been testing my GPA very high since I was 7. And I basically thought I just was like, what are you talking about? Like, I felt I knew more.
You were bored.
Maybe.
You were bored.
I
You
was
weren't being
bored.
challenged.
Yeah, I
I
wasn't
know what
being
you're talking about.
challenged. Just like ADHD almost. And so I kind of, when I found that, I didn't know what that meant. I was hiding it. I was like, because in the hood, you cannot be smart and survive in the hood. They're like, oh, you think you smart? You know, and it's sad, but that's what it is. So that was a big part of me trying to not take the wrong steps, because from there I tried to take after school programs to help me kind of stay out of my house because of the turmoil. There was love and turmoil. It was like this thing. And then, I took violin class for many years. Around 10 or 11, I just got fed up.
And said, fuck it, I'm going to get me a boyfriend. Because at 13,
I actually did not have a boyfriend at 13. I actually ran away and I said, just fuck this.
What was your first relationship?
I was always pursued because I kind of like developed at like 9. And I was like, pal. So I'm like 9 years old with a woman's body. And that's another rough thing for a woman in the hood. All the boys is like, that's when my dad was like, okay, when a guy comes at you, you're going to son him. All right, daddy, I got you. Like, so it was a survival technique, but no. I had my first, if you would call him a boyfriend, because he wasn't really. He was a piece of shit that preyed on me. I was he was preying on me
Prayed
since I was
P-R-E-Y, not pray like
he was
Father
definitely
God.
not praying
Okay.
with me, at all. He was preying on me probably prior, and I didn't know, and he convinced me that everybody in my home did not love me, that my father did not love me.
Wait, and how old were you?
I met him when I was turning 15. And then when I was like 15, he basically kind of convinced me to sort of turn against my family, even though I wasn't really already living there anyways.
Yeah.
And then I got pregnant. And
At
then
15.
Yeah. And then I birthed my son when I was 16, and then my son was murdered.
By him.
For a lot of legal issues that I'm not really sure still stand. I believe so.
But you know what's so crazy in all the years I've
I
known you?
believe so 1,000,000 times over.
So you're getting emotional now. Do you
It
still
still hurts.
do you still live with it? Do you still remember back when that was happening or when that happened?
Remember I said earlier, there's still traumas. They still exist.
Yeah, all these years I didn't know that you had a child. How old was he?
I found out later, that's what I was saying, he preyed on me. He was like 30 something. But he looked young. Like now that, I'm an adult, you know. He was like 34.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Like he just didn't look it, you know, and I didn't know any better. I mean, he's like, you know, got in my head and he kind of set the tone for a lot of things too.
In terms of shaping you as a woman,
shaping me as a woman, kind of being a little bit more vigilant.
control.
Definitely control. It is a psychological thing that happens to women if we're fucked over very young. And that's why, to be honest with you, my circle of guys, my circle very small because I don't respect you. If you're not a respectable man, I mean, and I respect a man that can be straightforward and say like, hey man, I ain't shit. I have friends that are scummy. It's I can respect that more so than these predators.
You don't like guys that have ulterior motives.
Yeah, just keep it G.
Right.
Did you ever pursue anything against this guy, or were you just too young when it all happened?
I think the hood pursued something against him.
Good.
Well, we ain't got the
waiting
answer.
for that
no more
And I'm
questions.
just, that's all I gotta say. And so, you know, it's
Have you processed that? Have you processed that you were in a relationship with a predator?
I have, and that's part of the things that, like, well, seeing a lot of things that are happening now. I mean,
Oh, with the whole
it's-
Me Too and everything.
It's just everything. I mean, I didn't get it because I was young, and then also because I didn't have that education. Yeah, I also remember I left my home, so it was kind of like literally the streets raised me pretty much. I mean, I left with as much as I knew, but when someone gets in your head, and as an impressionable young woman, like, you know, I didn't really know. I don't know if I didn't know better or he just really got in there. And so, you know, it's pretty disgusting.
Well, you said he's a predator, and what predators do, they make you feel safe with them.
Very
and then
safe.
people who you are supposed to be
they
safe with. Yeah, they
Get you.
Yeah, it's a manipulation. And as a man that's 34 years old, I'm sure it was easy for him, and it was probably fun for him to prey on somebody that's 15 years old. That's fucked up.
Yeah, and I heard he did that to somebody else's child too.
So, were you able to process that with your? I mean, what was the conversation like with your family? I mean, because
We haven't really had it even till this day.
And do you think it's because Black and brown families just don't have those?
I was
conversations?
just about to say also too, because we also don't deal with mental illness with real life issues as Black and Hispanic families.
Do you feel
We
like
just don't.
Do you feel like you developed any mental health issues out of that? Because I know on this show I've talked about depression and being feeling isolated, and and then when I talked about it, people's reaction was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you said that out loud." I'm like,
No,
well, it's
we
real life shit.
should.
Yeah.
We need to talk about this,
Yeah.
and I constantly talk about it. Yeah, absolutely. And through the many years of self healing, and through just so I used to think if you didn't talk about it, you could just kind of heal on your own, and that's actually the furthest from the truth. And speaking more about it and talking more openly about it, which I've just started to do over the last kind of few years, it's been very healing for me. It's been very healing for me and touching to other people. But I suffered many years of depression, suicide thoughts of it, thinking like, I can't take this no more. Maybe death is the choice. And this is something that I just started talking about recently, you know, and I feel it's very important, and it's what I'm going to put in my book. And it's a side of me that people were like, you were depressed and suicidal. Yeah. I just never talked about it.
At the time of because you used to be a lot heavier and you look amazing and have
Thank
become
you.
really snatched now. Do you think at the time where you were your heaviest, did any of that have anything to do with what you were going through, or?
Okay, so it's interesting because the other day I did an interview and I was talking about being overweight, and someone says, "Oh, you can't be broke and overweight." That's a false lie, because most of the foods that you can buy that are
for
cheap
poor people, in the poor communities,
in the poor communities have high sodium and high fat.
Yes.
top ramen is the bomb. I love me some ramen. But it's full of sodium, all carb. And so when I gained weight, a lot of it had to do with, I've always had kind of this yo-yo thing since I was a little girl. And it got pretty serious when I was in New York right before my second season. A lot of it had to do with depression, things I was going through with my family, and really just kind of going through it and suffering depression behind closed doors.
What's some of those things that help push you through that depression? Like that got you, I know it's
I woke up, I said, fuck this shit. You know that meme that says, and then she woke up and said, hell no.
Yes.
Was it literally that?
Literally.
You woke up and just said, I'm sick of being depressed.
I'm sick of being sick. Because that's what it is for me.
You know what's crazy?
I was sick of being sick.
I feel that.
My first season of Love and Hip Hop, I saw myself. And then second season, I had lost a lot of weight. Yeah. Then getting off the show, gained it back. Now I'm back to losing it again. Did TV help you with your weight loss journey? Or were you able to look at yourself and go, I need to get that together? Or did it make you eat and spiral more?
No. So my up and down has been the kind of literally a savagery that I've done to my body and my metabolism. I also wasn't really educated on health. So I educated myself in health. I've taken a lot of classes, holistic health, herbal, which is kind of what birthed my company along with other things. But it wasn't about looking at myself like, I was still a cute BBW. I didn't stop smiling. If y'all saw my picture, go look online. I'm not like this.
Yeah, no.
In any pictures, I'm like,
oh no, you were still glammed up. You still had.
I was still
I don't know
popping.
if it was a Fashion Nova dress, but you still had your dresses on.
You know what? Well, I would say I was probably in a Forever 21 dress back then because Fashion Nova was.
It wasn't out yet.
I mean, you
maybe
were always,
rainbow. Okay,
you were always very.
Nothing wrong with it too.
You were always very pretty and put together. You were
I
never
was
like
always trying to like just.
There's no pictures of you on a park bench spilling over.
No, I definitely because I'm also like when I get thicker, I just get thicker.
Yeah,
booty get bigger, boobs get bigger. You know what I mean? But I didn't look at myself and say, "Oh, I got to get it together." What happened is I was I was actually in the Dominican Republic shooting my music video to a song called "Eh Mama," and prior to that, I was starving myself as my normal eating disorder.
But what is starving yourself? Like absolutely not eating, just drinking water, or
nothing. Water and diet pills, and if I did have something to eat, it was like maybe like one egg, one piece of fruit. And this is what I did once I knew that I was going to shoot a video, because I have suffered a lot of eating disorders, specifically starvation, bulimia, anorexia, all of them put together.
So what is the one where you throw up after you eat?
The thing is that you throw up and you eat, so it's a binge of bulimia and anorexia, you don't eat, but then you throw it up, and then you're back to having body dysmorphia.
Damn.
It's just a combination, and men suffer from it too. Like it's crazy. So what happened is I literally looked at myself in the mirror and wasn't like disgusted with myself. I was just like, I feel like I'm gonna faint, but I was like, I'm gonna still shoot this video. So I went and I was in the water doing my verse, and I fainted in the water in the Dominican Republic. And I was rushed back to the States, went to ER, and my doctor said that if I didn't stop and cut the shit, that I was going to die because my heart was irregular and I was starting to develop a heart condition. And that's what changed my entire life. When somebody tells you,
if you don't make a change, you won't be
out, you make the change from there. And not even being in gangs and getting shot made me want to change my life. This really made me want to change my life because I value and I feel so grateful for being alive. Right. And after everything I've been through, like, this is how I'm gonna go out? No. So I've never been that chick.
Is that when you started with the looking up detoxing and the...
Well, detoxing, I think like most Latin households know, it's like kind of like a regular thing in Latin households, but...
Well, black folks detox just ain't got no money.
Yeah.
Just ain't
so I really just started studying. I mean, I have always been a person that researches. I started taking courses. I started to just find out how to, and I didn't really have a lot of money, so I couldn't like go to like a therapist for eating disorders or kind of take those type of medical extra steps that I needed at the time. So I had to kind of learn how to self-heal again. It's kind of always been my thing. And once I learned pretty much a lot of things that I know now, and taking courses and everything, I just started to kind of develop a better path, and I started blogging about it. And I started blogging about it on YouTube from Pound One Day One, and on MissReece.com at the time was a health blog and some music. And it developed this community of people.
Yeah, because there's people out there that want to hear about other people's journeys and how did you do it.
Right. Exactly. And I think before we were tarnished with all of these Facetune catfishes.
Facetune has saved my friend's life. That nigga don't even need Facetune, but every time I look at his pictures, he is Facetuning himself to death.
It smoothed it all out.
Hey,
For
listen,
real.
nothing wrong with people wanting to, do a little something extra. But I would have to say before all of those, we've been tarnished with that now. Because now it's like you can't believe, you didn't lose weight naturally. There's no way. We've been tarnished with these images that it's created a distrust in the market and amongst a lot of people. But when I started doing it, none of this stuff was really out there. So I have plenty of proof online to show how I did it. And it was not easy. It wasn't like, I lost weight overnight. My shit took forever. And then I gained a little bit, and then I lost a little bit. I mean, it's a journey. This isn't something that
happens overnight.
No.
Absolutely.
And then once you learn health, like now that I know health, I just I call it now conscience eating. I know what I'm consciously knowing what I'm doing, eating, and so forth.
Ladies, 'tis the season to be slayed, okay?
Hey.
And Glam Squad is going to have you slayed this holiday season when you're going to all your holiday parties. It's my birthday month. I'm going to get slayed for the birthday. They will come directly to you. They'll do your hair, your nails, your makeup, everything in under 60 minutes. Professionals who have over 8 years of experience.
Okay.
They're going to get you so slayed, like everything is going to be 5-star rated, from your hair to your nails to your makeup. Nothing's going to be left untouched. They'll come directly to your house or wherever you're at. If you're at the office and you're like, hey, come to me right now, they'll come straight to you. Payment is done directly through the app as well as gratuity. So you don't got to worry about tip. It always gets awkward around the tip moment when you're, after hair and nails, but you don't have to worry about that. It's all done through the app. Your beauty routine just got easier thanks to Glam Squad.
Hello.
So right now we want you to go to glamsquad.com and use code UNLOCKED and get $20 off when you book your first beauty service now through New Year's. Try them out to look amazing at a holiday party or just to treat yourself and get $20 off at glamsquad.com and use code UNLOCKED now through New Year's Eve only. Glamsquad.com and use code UNLOCKED.
Boom.
So the Get Slim Detox Tea. So when I saw you posting that, I didn't know you were making as much money as been reported. You just make, it's a big industry, the fitness industry or getting healthier industry.
Yeah.
And you've been able to profit off of that. We're not going to read the number, but it's in the millions.
Yes, it is.
Good for you.
It is.
So what was the journey of getting that brand started? I mean, putting it out and people really gravitating to it. And do people send you testimonials? Do you hear from your fans or supporters?
Of course. If you browse my page on Instagram, every day I get testimonials. My brand, before, again, the distrust came into the market because we all know that there's
fat girls with flat tummy tea. I'm like, her tummy ain't never been flat. What the fuck are y'all still giving her this goddamn checks for?
Again, like I said, the distrust has created this.
How can a fat person sell you flat tummy tea?
Listen.
They're on their way.
Right.
So what
They telling you what they
is
about
there
to
no
use.
regulation?
6 months later, they're still not on their way.
Yeah.
So we will get to that as well. We don't pay IG models and we don't pay anyone to promote our brand because we are a customer-driven brand. One customer tells another customer, we only post real testimonials. And when you do see maybe somebody that's famous or whatnot post it, it's because they really are trying it. I have boxers, I've got athletes, basketball players, people in the military. Aside from your average housewife, we really are a word of mouth brand.
So what does the detox do? Because we just announced earlier, I'm starting this new thing on my personal YouTube channel called Get Fit or Die Trying. So I might have to try the slim. Can I try that? Okay.
Yes, you can.
So
I'm gonna give you the men's tea.
Okay.
Okay.
Is
but
this the women's tea?
Yeah, that's the
What's
women's.
the difference between the men's and the women's tea?
The male tea is actually made just for you. You are able to handle a little bit more than women are. Okay. So basically, this is what detoxing does. Detoxing is a very key element to not just losing weight, but overall health. This is why companies have, I mean, there's, clinics that have colonics, clinics that have, juicing and cleansing, and you hear of all of this stuff, but they don't tell you. So our brand is the only one that has cleansing programs and cleansing formulas that actually start cleansing you from your esophagus all the way through your internal organs and your blood. And what it does is that it not only helps you, I mean, this probably sounds like nerd talk because this is what I talk about all the time.
No, but it's important.
It helps.
There's somebody eating a Big Mac right now saying this shit needs to be cleaned out.
I got changed my life.
Right. So we basically, our cleansing programs and our cleansing teas actually help speed up your metabolic rate, which is something that helps you lose weight, but it also helps you get rid of the toxins that are sitting inside of you. These are, I've had people try to challenge me and say, oh, where's the doctors saying, backing this up? Everywhere on the web. Everywhere on the web. Now, is it dangerous? Because what they don't talk about is the dangers of thinking that, oh, this is a miracle. It is not a miracle. You have to put in the work if you want to see results, which none of these brands are promoting. Right. They're telling you they're paying the girl.
The fat girl. Right. The fat girl with the...
They're paying
somebody that's already fit.
They're paying the girls that are already perfect or the girls that did not work out to get to where they're at. And this creates a distrust in the market. So our company is solely based on truth, everyone else's truth, and my truth. I'm not perfect. People love to be like, oh, but your body's so perfect. No, it's not. I got cellulite. I have stretch marks. I have the things that normal women have. Like I have the money to get all the surgery I want, you know what I'm saying? But it just serves me no purpose. One, I don't want to have the downtime. Two, I have heart issues. I'm not doing it. I don't feel I need that. No disrespect, because I've got friends that do it. It's fine. I don't want to ever come across like someone that's that way. It's just not for me.
But now that you've done the Get Slim tea, the Get Slim detox tea, is Kellen Lutz calling you back? I mean, is Kellen you were involved with Kellen Lutz?
Yeah, he is not calling me, but I've moved on from his look.
Kellen is
he's fine.
I was on a plane with him once, but I didn't know that you all had a history.
Yeah, there's when I was on MySpace, I was working actress. A lot of us were nobodies. Even though I was huge on there. He wasn't
famous at the time, right?
No, not super famous. And he was also back and forth from different countries. So
I thought you were going to say between men and women. I was going to say,
no, I don't know anything about that. But yeah, dating has been interesting now.
So we've had Jessica White here on the show. You and Jessica were involved?
Yes.
God. Okay.
Listen, I get all the baddies, okay? She's an intelligent woman, too.
Hell yeah.
But wait, Ray J. You could be
She's beautiful.
Well, he's married now, but Ray J, I did not know you was with Ray J.
We were not together, and somebody started...
Was this a
rumor?
People
start these rumors. No, he's just my homeboy. Like, as a matter of fact, like, Princess, like, she knows, like, we're just friends. We've been friends for a long time, and... A lot of people, we all go back to MySpace because MySpace eventually helped me blow up. But at first, we was even Drake. Like Drake is a friend of mine.
I was friends with Drake through MySpace. Was that right?
Yeah, MySpace. I mean, in his first mixtape, this is what people don't know. They just think.
Right.
You just think the worst,
It's so funny you say that because when I tell people about the Drake and MySpace stories, they're like,
yeah, right.
Yeah.
But yeah, Drake was like everybody's homie on MySpace.
Yeah, I mean, he's cool, like he's still very down to earth, still really cool person. He's the type of person that's going to ask you, like, how's your mom? He's not like, let's go turn up.
Have you seen Drake since he's blown up?
That's nice. Yeah.
You've seen, okay.
I just talked to him actually not long ago.
Did you give him some tea?
No, but you know what?
Abs. Drake's abs are looking really good.
Yeah, but he's looking really good. And here's the funny thing is that he was one of the people that actually, and of course, everybody online is gonna be like, yeah, right. But it's true. He was one of the people that told me, Somaya, you need to start a health brand. He was one of the people
Drake.
that told me, yeah, he did. Because he was like, yeah, and I was like, well, you want to invest in it or what? But that's just me. That's just me being a friend, like just talking shit, popping shit. But I was like, I would love to, because he's like, well, you're doing it. He's like, and he was learning trial and error too, even though he has his, trainers and all that. And he's fine-tuned it, of course, like a lot of us have. But, him along with a couple other people that were of influence were like, you should talk about it. Like, put it out there. Like, why not? I'm inspired. So I did. And of course, my mom, she's such a hustler. She was like, you better put that out there.
That's right, Mom.
Okay, so you've had one very public relationship with Lady Luck, and then that's gone. So what is that?
What's
Is that an
that?
engagement?
What is that?
That's
Oh,
the
this
ring?
is the engagement hand.
So you
this
still-
is my grandmother's.
Oh, I was about to say, you
ring.
still wearing the ring?
Oh, I thought you were going to tell me you guys
No.
were re-engaged, but
Wouldn't that be some tea, though?
So that would have been everything.
No,
Maybe
I've
secret.
replaced my engagement ring with my grandmother's ring who passed.
So I never seen you that public with the relationship. What made
No.
you decide to go public with that one?
I was outed. So I didn't have a choice. I was just coming off of Famously Single, and I was also outed with Jessica. Our producers kind of caught us and were like, we're filming a reality show, guys. You're going to have to talk about it. And we were like, you okay with that? And she's like, yeah. So that's kind of how that happened. But I was outed is what happened. And once you're outed and the snowball starts, you can either hide from it and then it's like, yeah, we know, or you could just keep it G. And if you don't have nothing to hide, it is what it is. And I was in love. I was in love.
Now, how did you fall out of love?
There is, I will say this, is that as I have asked her, I'm going to say it in the nicest way, to keep my name out your mouth. In interviews, I'm as well going to do the same.
I felt the South LA right there.
Right,
That was
okay.
funny.
I know you felt that.
And it's just we are not compatible. We're not compatible, and that's something she has said as well. And it's just a lot of things that I feel that are personal. We had one real big public fight. We was going at each other on social media, and I regret it, because that's not who I am. I think the last time I did that was like years ago, and it's just not me. It's not my style. But, when people pop shit online, you know what I'm saying? You'd be like, So I've learned self-control now a little bit more. But I just, I'm going to keep running around it with just saying that we're just not compatible for long-term partnership. In every way.
And do you avoid speaking on any details to protect her, or just to not have drama?
Drama will always be there. I'm tired of people using my name for headlines. So therefore, I won't speak on anyone and give life.
Because you were just in Forbes, and it had nothing to do with your
Talk
nobody you
about it.
dated. You know what I'm
No.
saying?
About her
So-
making all this damn money.
Just like
Yeah.
how I was on Love and Hip Hop without a man. Like,
Right.
I didn't go on that show, and I was not known for being a cast member, being attached to any man.
Hey.
Not because I don't like them or anything. I'm saying because
Somaya,
they cute.
Me too.
Right. But it's it's just never been kind of like, I'm not
people
attached to people like that.
And people don't get, if you wanted to be the star of Love and Hip Hop, you can get a relationship and go in there and do that. But if you want to be a boss and you want to launch your business, you don't.
No,
People gotta understand that.
Yeah, and I've always been I've called myself the boss for a long time before Rick Ross, and ever since MySpace. But I really wanted to embody it one day, which is why I envisioned this, and here I am now.
And with the work you've done, coming from MySpace, and we've all followed your brand. How do you feel about some people who like maybe were on reality TV or dated a rapper, and then they become a rapper, and now they're considered clout chasers, are coming out?
I think that the word clout chasing is hilarious, because like when we were from MySpace, we were just like, yo, you're just trying to get on. Like, it's like now they call it clout chasers. And I think 6ix9ine started that. So he's hilarious. So I don't really care what anybody else does. To be honest with you, they not taking money out my mouth,
But do you?
and they not putting any in there either.
But to that point, because you are on Forbes, do you think that's why your ex keeps bringing your name up, so that way they can stay in the news too?
That's a
Well-
form of clout chasing.
Right. Well, I will say this, is that I definitely think that I feel like people love to drop my name because they also know this Salvadorian temper.
You're gonna respond.
But I feel that she did authentically try to, not recently, because recently there was an incident that, was not in the most friendly light, but she did do an interview where she was just like, we're not compatible. And, some extra stuff was said that I felt was unnecessary. As I don't speak ill of anyone. I was with her for so long, they were
even though very romantic.
Yeah, even though things, didn't exactly it ended very abrupt, which is why a lot of fans are like, "What happened? You're my favorite couple." Everybody, but I just really don't want to trash anyone. It's hard when people are coming at you, and there have been moments where I see a headline and I'm like, really?
Well, there wasn't any domestic violence, was there?
I don't want to talk about anything personal that happened in the relationship. But these
so
lesbians is crazy.
You're so much better, so much better than I am. Okay, so are you single now and looking? Are you single and not looking, or are you dating?
I'm single. Isn't dating single? Because until
somebody's there.
Single and single and dating is like I'm single, but I'm out there. Single and not dating is I'm single. Stay the fuck away.
Well, I'll tell you this: I'm definitely not seeing someone right now.
Mm-hmm.
I have dated a little bit. I just dating is just really strange.
Different
especially
now.
It's just
here in this city.
It's very strange. It's also after coming off of a 3-year relationship and engagement, my priorities, values, and what I see in a long-term partner are very different.
Mm-hmm.
They are very, very different. There is of course, people have needs. I get that, and that's cool and everything, but my body count ain't high. I don't care what anybody says. Show me the receipts.
Right.
And I'm just just priorities change. I really, I just
So are you
single and having fun, I guess?
So after being engaged to a woman, are you open to being with a man again, or are you strictly just,
How would you say that? Because what is strictly dickly?
I was going to say strictly.
Strictly
I was trying to find something to rhyme with.
Strictly veggie.
I was trying
Strictly
to
vaginally?
I was trying to find something that rhymed with clitoris, but fuck it. But are you
here's the thing, right? I've never disregarded men. My thing is that I have dated women much more than a man.
Mm-hmm.
I have, I'm really not really kind of interested.
So do you consider yourself a lesbian or bisexual?
I don't like the labels.
Okay. I get that.
I don't like the labels at all because I think that that's what further keeps LGBT and LGBTQ low and down here because we keep labeling ourselves.
Well, I say gay because I'm tired of people putting pussies in my inbox. Don't send them. Don't do it.
Because you cute.
Send them the damage.
cute.
Send them all the damage.
But I'll send some over to you.
Okay, thank you. All right, y'all. For 2019, I made a pledge to myself to learn how to throw down. I'm trying to learn how to cook for my family and my future bae. And I'm so happy because I have something helping me out. It's called HelloFresh. It's a meal kit delivery service that shops, plans, delivers step-by-step recipes, pre-measured ingredients, all of that. You can tell I don't cook because I don't even know how to say that. But HelloFresh is helping me, and I'm so excited about that.
Yeah.
So get this, there's something for everyone with HelloFresh. You can choose up to 3 different kinds of meals, which is dope. So you have classic, you have family, which I would get because I have my son. And then you also have veggie. So if you're on your vegan grind, if you're trying to get your body right, HelloFresh got you. You can rediscover the excitement about cooking. And since I'm just getting started, they send you some international dishes. So I'm looking to get, play around and show off, learn how to get my international swag on, maybe make some Thai food. You want to come over? I got you.
You're going to be having a good Netflix and chill session.
Exactly. All courtesy of HelloFresh.
Of course.
Another big thing for me, because I do have my son running around the house and stuff. I can't be in the kitchen, but for a certain amount of time. So the good thing about HelloFresh is all the recipes are very simple, easy to do, even for a guy to do. And most of the recipes only take up to about 30 minutes to cook a full meal.
Oh, nice. I hate being in the kitchen for a long time.
Exactly. It's hot. It's just annoying.
It's annoying.
But not with HelloFresh.
Dope.
So one of the biggest benefits of HelloFresh, of course, is the price. So you can get a meal delivered to your door for less than $10 per meal. And I used to meal prep, and that stuff can get very expensive. I was spending around like $200 a week. So if I get a full meal that's actually good for me too, that I enjoy for less than $10, that's a huge benefit.
Yes, it is.
So one meal me and my son really enjoyed was the creamy dill chicken. It had roasted potatoes, some green beans on the side. It was so bomb. And my son doesn't even like vegetables, but he like tore the food up. So this is what I'm gonna do for you. Since you guys are watching us, for a total of $60 off, that's $20 off your first 3 boxes. Basically, you're getting like 6 meals for free. All you have to do is visit HelloFresh.com/unlocked60. Use that promo code, enter unlocked60. That's HelloFresh.com/unlocked60.
But
No, okay,
yeah,
so
I
you're
mean,
just-
I don't like labels, but I do date women.
But
So
you-
and I'm definitely just dating women.
Okay.
You know,
but if a
for
man
sure.
rolled up on you and you just felt
I mean,
the
I
vibe,
met some fine men, and I'm just like, you ain't shit, bro. How you gonna change my perspective? What's up? Like, how you gonna, you know? And then they don't ever have instructions to where the clitoris is either. So, do you?
Oh.
How about to say?
You on the spot.
I'm about to say some foul shit. How about to say? I'll show you.
are you asking damage? Does he know where the clitoris is? I'm sure
I
he
know where
does.
it's at.
Because you know what? I think, but that's I just, you know, I just had to put you on the spot because you're the only guy right here on our panel.
No,
Besides
I'm
from
with
you.
it.
And you're gonna be
I'm
like, I
still
don't
a-
want to see it.
I'm still a guy.
You don't like,
but
but
I
you
just-
don't even
But
want
you
to
don't want to
see
see
it.
it.
You don't even want to see it.
You don't want to see it, Sal.
Send all the dicks to me. I'm not.
Nah, but you know, I think it's just, you know, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just,
Right.
It's
Do you
just
have a
not your
type?
flow right
Do you have
now.
like a type, a girl, or is it more about who
I
they are as a
do.
person?
Because and
I-
here's the
I
other
do.
thing. Lady Luck started out very butchy, and then now she's like a lipstick girl. What's that about? That's because she's
bitch,
hanging
I
with,
don't fucking know.
Is that because she's hanging with Nicki Minaj now, or is that what? I mean, because she's a little softer now. She got makeup. She got a side braid.
you know
Side
what?
braid.
You will. I mean, a lot of people will know that I definitely helped the glow up. I have helped her lose weight. She definitely started to take her health a little bit more serious. Also, when you living with me, it's a little,
Right.
you know. But I have no idea. I definitely talked to her not long ago, and you know, we're trying to find a cordial place.
So is it the lipstick girl that you're
But
interested in, or a more butchy girl?
You know, like I said, I don't know what's going on there. I've been sideswiped too, like everybody, because I was like, whoa, like nothing wrong with it though. You know, people evolve. You know, I don't know if it's the weight loss or whatever, but I do like girls that are tomboys with a beautiful face. But I also like you know, remember like, you know, Ciara when, you know, like a boy, you know, when
Okay.
she's in a ride. That's one of my women crushes.
That's one. Okay, so like in that kind of.
I like a tomboy with a beautiful face, you know, but I also do like feminine women. I think it comes down to the person, because I have met some beautiful women that just, I'm like, am I talking to a wall? I need some brain. Like, I need a conversation.
What's
and as a
between
man,
those
I think
ears,
that,
man?
yeah, I think that as a man, you can appreciate that
Hell
too, right?
yeah.
A woman that you can talk to sometimes. I mean, you know what? I feel like there's time and a place for the fun girls, and then there's like, I need to not feel like I'm talking to a wall, you
Right.
know?
Girls
And
be so simple.
it could all be so simple, like I told you.
Yeah,
but you'd rather make it hard.
You know.
So what's new for you with the brand? I mean, are you
Sure.
going to add more layers to it, or are you staying with the tea? I mean, what all does it encompass? So you have the tea. What other things are there?
Sure. Well, I think that this is the Slim Tea is what is our best seller, along with our fiber cleanse. So some people think that's all I have. They're like, oh, the tea girl, oh, Somaya the tea. It's kind of funny how it went from like Somaya from Love and Hip Hop, so Somaya from MySpace, to Somaya the tea girl, the Slim Tea chick.
But listen, as an entrepreneur,
I'm not
Right,
mad at it. I'm
right.
like, hey,
Let
you
me-
know.
there was a day where I owned a company that would repair your credit, and I made
Ain't nothing wrong with
Talk
that.
about
but you
that
better
bank.
try.
I made over $1 million in 1 year fixing people's credit. So
Yeah.
people can say, "Oh, well, you fixed credit."
Yeah,
Line my
shall
bank
do.
account real nice.
Shall do. Yep. Well, I think what people don't know, we actually carry 7 products. So we have different varieties of cleanses, and we have a juicing line. So I have a juicing line as well. The next level of This Fits Me, which is my company, is we have apparel coming out. writing the book. I'm writing 3 separate books in series formats because we'll get to that in a bit. Books. I currently have a ebook, which is the 5-Day Smoothie Slim Down, which just teaches you kind of how you can replace certain meals with smoothies. We don't really kind of eat healthy all the time, so this is kind of an easy way to get that in there and get your vegetables in and your vitamins. And aside from that, new products. So I today I put it on my Instagram because we are a customer-based company. I ask my customers directly, what do you guys want to see? Because I know what our number one sellers are, which is the slim tea and the fiber. But I want to know directly from them. So I'm kind of reading everything. It looks like they want apparel, sweat belts, and things like shakers and cups. Yeah. So, I listen to my customers because if you, this is something I learned as a businesswoman. I feel like I've always been a businesswoman, but not until I got into the real corporate world. And this is me, speaking in layman's terms here. But when I'm with my corporate counterparts, it's an entirely different conversation. In our world of fitness, there is a variety of things, and a lot of people pay companies to tell you what your leading products are. I think that that's something you don't have to do. Just ask your customer, what do you want? What don't you like? Right. Directly to your customer and your consumer. That's what's going to tell you, what, Somaya, I don't like the taste of this. Right. If you have 100 people that tell you that and only like 2 that said, no, it's fine, then listen to those and don't take it as hate. It's good constructive criticism. Right. So this is and I've always kind of taken things in that way. When it comes to certain things, obviously, when people hating, you can't help that. I'm the hater aggravator. Because I speak my mind, but we are definitely looking at next level book, next level in products. We're looking at protein shakes as well. Yeah. Vegan and non-vegan for those that don't want that. The book, the apparel, and also an entirely new design of labels. So this slim tea label will be the last time you see it. You will see a new one in January. Woo! Also an entirely new design of our website, which is also
what is the website? What's the website?
shopthisfitsme.com. Now that we have also, not only myself and my company is in Forbes, I'm able to have a different reach. So everything is time to step it up. And I'm stepping it all the way up.
Well, listen, I look forward to you sending me some products. So anything you want to send me with
I will.
Get fit or die trying thing that's about to happen. I'm either going to get fit or I'm going to die.
You're not going to die, and I'm not going to let you.
Well, thank you. Well, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having me, and I would like to definitely say, just to your viewers that regardless of whatever's happening in your life, as y'all have seen my life develop, my breakup, which was a big piece of my fan base as well, and my companies and everything, my downfalls, being homeless. Don't give up, no matter how hard it gets, and there will always be love if it's not where you thought it would be. And that's with your family, your friends, maybe future partners, current partners. But don't let anybody.
Does this apply to Lady Luck trying to get you back?
There would have to be a lot of things that he just keeps going back to. He wants the tea. Well, I'm just going to say this. Like I said, we're not good right now. I don't know. Things might change. I don't see it really changing for me at the moment. But I've heard crazier things. So just right now I'm totally okay. But I just want to say, all those things that happen, I feel like sometimes traumatize us and make us want to give up and make us say fuck love, right. or fuck my friends or whatever.
Just give up.
And just give up and don't give up. And I know that even for myself, it's hard to even say, but it's been a big piece of my brand and who I am. And just don't give up on your dreams, no matter how hard it is, no matter where you're at in life, you got this. Right. How dare a bitch tell me I can't do something? Everybody that said I couldn't do it, joke's on you.
Well, thank you. Keep doing it, keep killing it, and keep us posted. And we're out of here. Peace.
Thank you.